Everyone, in this video I want to talk about something that I was just talking on, and it's kind of late at night, and I was talking on the phone to one of my clients, and he just joined our program, and it just and this for anybody that doesn't understand marketing, doesn't understand the cost to advertise, that there's actually no cost to it. The reality of running ads, there's no cost to it. It's actually absolutely free. And if this is the first time you're hearing this, then watch the video. But if you're an experienced advertiser, this video is not for you. This for my clients that are running a full credit and funding companies and have no idea how to market themselves, and they're so afraid at advertising costs. And I'm gonna show you. Well, I'm not gonna show you how to run ads. This video is a little bit. It wasn't planned because I just got off the phone with them, and the video was. I don't have like a script for it, so I'm just gonna give you like it's more like mindset, because you guys gotta understand that if you're running advertising correctly, you're not the one paying for the advertising. So stop asking me how much should I spend on ads. The only question you should be asking, hey Javi, what are the signs of me getting good results so I could get faster to a conversion? You get me? Because the quickest you get to results, the quickest you get to a conversion, then advertising has no cost. So you're asking the wrong question. What you should be thinking about is how soon can I get towards a conversion? How soon can I get towards a result? And if you have to spend more to get there, by all means. But the reality to advertising is that there is no cost. The cost is built in the acquisition. And if you don't know what this means, it means that your clients, right, are technically paying for your ads. All right? Like, let me flip it around in my situation. My clients technically pay for my advertisement because it's built in the acquisition. It's built in on the price of the program. If you guys are following me here, right? So look, let me break it down. Let me actually share my screen. Maybe I could kind of like break down something for you guys. Much be easier to understand. And again, this might be something already a lot of you understand, but this for the first time you guys hearing this about, you guys are so worried about how much should I spend on ad, and they just worried about spending $1,000 or whatever. The reason why you're probably spending money on ads and you keep being afraid is because you're not getting any results, and that means because you're not doing it correctly. So, but if you run ads correctly, there shouldn't be reason why you should be worried about how much should I spend on ads. It should be where can I get more money to spend more on ads? That should be the mentality, because if you're getting ROI on it, then why are you thinking about cost, right? And I'm gonna give you an example right now. Let's say we have one client, right? One client buys your 8K program, joins 8K program, right? Which is your funding program. I'm gonna put here funding. Client joins your 8K funding program, right? This client gives you, let's say he doesn't have the whole 8K, he gives you for like half of the on the money, 8K down to start, right? So we're here. Now here's what happens. Out of that 4K, you're gonna split that 4K in 4 different ways. Actually, I'm gonna make it even easier for the math can make sense. Let's say the program is 9K, so he has to pay you 3K every single month, but the first one is 3K down. And this 3K is gonna be split up in 3 different ways. In 3 different ways. So this one's gonna be 1K here, 1K here, and 1K here. Right? Now, this is what I'm talking about. So this, when somebody gives you a down payment to your program, you're gonna use this money and distribute in 3 different ways. This one is gonna be, I'm gonna put it right here, 1K for, actually I'm gonna start from here, 1K for owner. So maybe this is the 1K that you pay yourself. Now 1K for sales. Let's say and setter and setter, it may be. So pretty much commission. Actually, let me just put commission or team. So pretty much how the like your team members, the setters, the salesmen, so team, and then this extra 1,000 back on ads. And why do we put this back on ads? Because once you have data, once you know your cost per acquisition, once you're tracking your data like we know that, like how we do, like how if we go to, let me show you our data tracker real quick, right here, right? That we have all this data right here. Since we have data, we know how much our cost per book call, our cost per acquisition, we know our numbers, right? Since we know our numbers, we can predictably scale. So if my cost per acquisition is, let's say, $300 to $500, right? And I know this because I scaled multiple credit and funding company to six-figure months, and I seen their data tracker. I helped them scale there, so I know the numbers like the back of my hand. The cost per acquisition should be anywhere between um, let's say $300 to $500. Oops. And this obviously gets a lot more expensive, especially as you start to scale. This goes down to like, I'm sorry, it goes up to like 800, sometimes even 1,000. When I was doing 300K a month in the funding company, this was like around 1,000. But actually, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it just at, let's say your cost per acquisition is $500, right? So if your cost per acquisition is $500, now you put 500, right, to acquire two clients. So you get those two, you get that 1K. Actually, I'm gonna break it down better. You get that 1K, and you put 500 here, 500 here, and then you get another 500, right? New client, new client. So again, let's run it from the beginning. We have a 9K program. Client joins for 9K. He doesn't have the full 9K to send you. He's only going to put 3K down to start, right? And then the 3K, you split it up in three different ways. One, owner pay, right? So maybe you pay yourself $1,000. So if you get 20, 15, I don't know, 10 of these clients, you can make 10K a month, 20K a month, whatever it is. This is just what you're making off one client as soon as he comes in. The other one is for your team. This could be sales and setters, right? Oops. And then the third one, which is the one I'm talking about, why advertising doesn't cost anything, and if you worry about cost and advertising, you're doing incorrectly, is the other 1,000, which I'm gonna highlight this one, right? This one you put it back on ads. You put it back on ads to get your other clients, right? And then you do this again and again and again and again, because now if one client, right, that got you if one client that paid you 1K down and you put it back on ads, and now you have 500 to get two more clients, and those clients give you another 3K down, right? So guess what's gonna happen? This whole cycle is gonna happen again. And it goes again and again and again and again and again and again. And that's why you don't have to worry about cost per acquisition when you're running ads profitably, because the cost is built in inside the acquisition. So there is no cost on running ads. It isn't. And if you're getting this and it's making sense, then good. That's why advertisers spend millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in advertising, because there is no cost. There's an ROI to it, right? So why are you thinking about cost if there's an ROI to it? Now the thing is, you got to spend your And honestly, it just keeps going and going. Like this could go on for, that's exactly how I scaled to 300K months. And now I'm trying to take it to $1 million a month by having this system where my cost is built inside the acquisition. So my clients pay for my ads. I technically don't pay my ads. I spend almost 2 to 3K a day on advertisement, and it's built in inside my acquisition. One client brings me one client, and one client brings me two, and one client brings me three, and it just keeps going on a loop, and it keeps going and going and going. And so the cost is built inside the acquisition. So why wouldn't you want to spend as much as possible on ads? Right? And this what we teach you guys. This is exactly what we teach you inside our program. Actually, I just released a brand new community that is $47 a week that you get access to all of this. You get access to all the spreadsheets, like all this maps. You get access to all of this for just $47 a week. You get access to over 60 hours of information what I built for the past 2 years, and it's a lot of this stuff. So if all this is new to you and you have no idea that advertising is actually free, that it's actually you don't have to pay anything as long as you build it inside the acquisition. This whole thing it just becomes a machine. It just becomes an unstoppable machine, and that's why I scaled to where I did. Because once I know I found a winning creative for pretty much like an ad that I know I could scale, right? This I just keep going. It just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going and keeps going because it's just an infinite loop. Of course, it's gonna break at some point, and that's with like infrastructure and how much team member you have. This happened to me the month where I scaled the most because I went from 200. I was always hovering over 200, maybe 180 sometimes, maybe 220, like some up and down. And then I scaled quickly to 300. That was an extra like 18 people, and it kind of broke the business a little bit. But that's pretty much what it becomes. It becomes a game of like the acquisition. I mean, yeah, the cost is built within the acquisition, so you just spending as much as possible. If you make 30K a month cash collected, you get 10K to get back another 10 clients or whatever it may be. You get 10K to pay yourself, and then you pay another 10K to pay the team, and it goes on and on and on. And the same system happens at 100K months. I mean, 10K months to 50K months to 100K months to even 300K months, 400K months, 500K months. I haven't gotten to $1 million a month, but I'll let you know when I get there. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. The the cost is built in the acquisition. So what you gotta start understanding is how quickly can I get a result? How quickly can I get down these ads if I could get a conversion? Pretty much somebody to book the pretty much to book an appointment, pretty much on a call and close them on the call for high ticket. My clients are charging anywhere between 6 grand to 12 grand on the high end, and it's all for funding and credit repair. So that's why for us, it's very easy to hit 60K months, 100K months, because we don't gotta charge too many clients. We don't gotta. It's not too many units sold to get to those high end numbers. But yeah, again, this video, sorry, was like a little bit different. I didn't have anything planned. It was just me kind of like explaining a mindset that if you're worried about if you worry about cost, especially when it comes to advertisement, I kind of understand it because if it's your last dollar, you're like, I need to get the sale right now, and I truly understand. But you just gotta watch your money. You gotta just watch your results little by little. Watch your CTR, watch your cost per result, watch the quality of leads that's coming in. Spend a little budget. Once you identify, okay, this ad, this creative is bringing me high quality leads or whatever it may be, and I got the conversion. That's when you can double down on the ads and keep increasing every day. Um, Hey, I've been there too. Like when I got to this point, I only had 2K in one credit card, and I maxed that out to start the funding company, and then I was able to scale it. Because I knew what I was doing. I knew the intent. I wasn't scared of spending $2,000 because I was like, I know I'm gonna get this money back. Plus, I've been marketing for a long time, so it was easy for me to understand that. But if you're in the stage right now that you're kind of scared of spending advertising dollars, it's like the more you spend, the more you learn, and the more you learn, the more data you have to execute the next creative, the next ad, the next campaign. So for me, it's never been a loss. Yeah, you might take you, let's say, $1,000, $2,000 to maybe get your finally first conversion. Even if you break even, you're not technically breaking even because now a bunch of people saw your products. Like you got a bunch of new eyes, you got a bunch of new leads, you got a new people engaging with your Instagram or your business, whatever it may be. You also learn a bunch of knowledge of how to move forward. Now you know how to run ads. Now you know how to do this. So I don't know. For me, it's like I've never. So because I had campaigns that are not profitable, pretty much like I launched a campaign, I spent $400, $500, I didn't get a conversion, and I didn't make money on that campaign. And this, yeah, it does happen all the time, which is probably happened to you guys. Hey, I did a campaign, ads doesn't work, but that doesn't mean that like you're not profitable or nothing, like that you didn't get nothing out of it. You got data, you got knowledge, you got to study the ads as well. When you're starting, you got to study as much as possible. You got to look at the ads. You can be as I see this with all of my clients. They start and they want to like pretty much run. um and when you're starting out with ads, you got to be very careful because it'll take a lot of your money. So be very careful. Look at your cost per result, look at your CTR, look at the qualities coming in, and if everything checks out, then just increase the volume, because like, as soon as you get a conversion, you're gonna get some down, and then that money you go back and put it back on ads, and you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. So you shouldn't be worried about cost of advertisement. Well, but that's it with this video. I know it was a little bit ranty, but it's a little bit late too.